The other thing that also I needed to do was to start to rewrite the script, and I knew that there was some feedback from the audiences in the first tour that said because it was so complicated that it needed some space in it. It was a script that was so had so many sort of jump cuts and flashbacks.
There are 10 blind students that I know of in further studies. With no organisations at your defence, all I can advise is that you carry on and appeal to be judged individually.
You see, my time was spent with him going over 19th century Turkish history, the financial disaster brought on by 9 successive ministers in the 15 years leading up to Louis XVI.
Yes, the great intellectual leader. So, how do you explain Nivelle?
And Jack, do what? In each of my classes there is at least one traitor. I'm sure.
Who?
Nivelle, the one who got expelled by Denis.
Denis? Jack! Denis! Christ! This is cold in here. It's outside. But Denis, the curfew is nearly 11 o'clock.
I'll go home and sing. I just wanted to talk to you about something.
Come here, use this light.
And it dropped below 10 degrees. I had to warm my hands.
Otherwise my fingers refuse to read the page.
Mother of God, why is it so cold?
Some say
That something needed to be done to make the narrative and the timelines clearer. And I tried to do some of this during the first tour while the show was on the road, but because we had these young trainee actors on board and quite a volatile cast member, I knew that we were limited in what we could actually do at that point. I didn't want to sort of jeopardise people's confidence or anything. So after the first tour was over, that's when I decided to start looking at the script again and to see what I could do to clarify some of the things in it. I couldn't do too much because there was a lighting design and a sound design for the piece, so I couldn't radically alter the whole thing, but I could certainly make some changes, and I did. And the other thing that we needed to do for Versailles was, and Saint-Germain, was to have a translation of the script created so that when the play was performed in France, it was obviously going to be performed in English, but we would have French subtitles, and it would be the French translated script in sections that would be projected up onto the screen at the back of the stage.
On the stage of Théâtre Montansier, Versailles, subtitles in French of the actors' words appear on a screen above their heads.
Jean Fournier, Claude Morange, Henri Baume, Simon
And so I was introduced to a French, he's a teacher of French, and he read Resistance. He really loved the play, and we worked solidly on it over the summer. And that translation process went on right through the summer into the September, and even through the rehearsals of the second tour, right until the very last minute, because we were changing every time we changed a word during the production rehearsals for the second tour. We would have to change the word in the French translation as well. So we couldn't really hand it in until the rehearsals were complete, and then we knew what the script was actually going to be.